Let's get straight to it. 97 Dodge Stratus. This is the 2.4 liter engine. So I got my vehicle in the air and I have my jack stand. I'm actually using 2 jack stands because I'll be on here for a while. I got a couple of jobs I'm doing, so I'll be here for like 3 days. So you only need 1 jack stand. I'm using this beam right here. You can also use this piece right here, running from the front to back. The tire won't spin because it's front wheel drive, but if you're not using the impact, I would bust these lugs loose while it's on the ground, then finish getting them off when the car's in the air. So we got the tire off, and once you're down here, you can see your pulley. You you should have a plastic piece that's down here to remove. It's not that hard to remove. You remove a couple of these tabs, and that piece should come right out. Let's go ahead and get this plastic piece up right here that's blocking this alternator. It's a 10mm bolt there and one down there in the corner. Once we get that cover off, now we can see our belt, our pulleys, and this right here is what we're going to use to loosen our belt. So basically, we're going to loosen this nut. There's no reason to remove the whole thing. Just loosen it. That way this can slide back and forth. And when you turn this bolt here, this is going to be what tightens and loosens this alternator pulley, and thus tighten and loosen your belt. So turn this clockwise, which is tightening, will bring this alternator further out, which will be tightening your belt, and turning it counterclockwise would be pushing this alternator in and pushing this pulley in, thus loosening the belt. So counterclockwise to loosen and clockwise to tighten. Once again, be sure to loosen this nut before you start to move that. So before I move this, I want to mark it so I can know exactly how to put this back together. So I'm going to clean this area so the mark would stay. Alright, so I marked it in 2 places. I marked it right here. That way I can know exactly where to stop when I'm tightening my belt. Because it's going to go this way when I loosen. So when I come to tighten, it's going to start to come back this way. And I want to stop it right where that mark reaches that mark. And once this mark is really close, that's when you want to finish it off with this mark. This mark would bring it home. You may be just a little bit off. You probably notice it can be a little bit off to the right or a little bit off to the left, and that would still look like it's in line. So this way here, this mark would get you set exactly where it was. So to remove this belt, let's go ahead and loosen this nut right here. This is a 15mm. Let's loosen that nut. Don't take it all the way off. Just loosen it, maybe about a half a turn or a full turn. Alright, so this is free and loose enough where I can hand turn it. So I know I'm ready to start to turn this bolt. So I'm going to start to turn this one here counterclockwise, and that should move this down that way, thus loosening this belt. So by the way, this here is a 13mm. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it counterclockwise, and it should loosen this belt. So you can see how this came out here a little bit. So you get you a hammer and you can tap that in, and that should push that belt, that alternator back that way. Alright, so once you got it loose enough, the belt that you want to remove is that idler pulley belt right underneath the alternator right there, because there is no lip on the end, so it should slide right off. You can pull it off from the top, or you can go underneath and pull it off. So underneath you can see it better. So this is it right here. You can see how loose this belt is now. So we can pull it off of this pulley here, just like that. And now your belt is free. So that's basically the instructions of getting this belt off.